All right, everyone, we are live. Welcome to Kusina Tano Itasi. Sorry, I forgot. Welcome to Kusina Tano Yantasi, which I have changed that recently as corrected by people who know much more Chamorro than I do. And that stands for Land and Sea Kitchen. And this whole thing that I'm doing is inspired by just my upbringing, being from the island of Guam and having Chamorro, which is the native people of Guam are called Chamorro. So I have Chamorro, Japanese, and Filipino heritage. And so my recipes that I make are very much inspired by that entire, like everything that surrounds that experience I had of growing up on Guam. With my friends and my family around me, and I'm really excited to share a little bit of that through food. So we're doing another we are doing another test stream today, and I'm really excited because we're making so much food. It's kind of insane. I'm gonna go ahead and share this with some more other people who might want to hop on. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, so let's get started. We're going to be doing a lot of so many dishes today. We're doing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 dishes it looks like. So we're going to have a lot of food after this. And Luke, my husband, if you guys don't know, is going to be real happy. And we're just gonna get started because it's a lot. So first you're gonna take dark meat. Chicken thighs is a very good option. Boneless is easier. And you're gonna chop them up into small bits, and let me show you what I mean by that. These are about an inch cut cubes, and I've pre-cut them before the stream just to save on some time, but we're gonna start with that. And I have about, I would say 2 pounds worth. Well, I don't know, how does this feel? About 2 pounds worth of chicken, and we are going to make sure that, oh my gosh, I thought I killed all the flies that flew in here the last couple of days, but I just saw one. Crazy. Anyways, we're gonna be just putting a little bit of coconut aminos over it. And this is going to give it some flavor. Essentially what we're making, I didn't even explain. We're making chicken karaage. And chicken karaage is a type of fried chicken that's very popular, or it's a Japanese style of fried chicken. So obviously it's really popular in Japan. It's one of my favorite things to make because it's very easy. It doesn't take a lot of time to whip together, and I think it's really good. And it's also naturally gluten-free because this uses traditionally potato starch, but I have tapioca starch with me, and that has always worked really well. So we're gonna just use tapioca starch. And let me just make sure, there was someone else I was gonna send this stream to as a fun little thing to participate in, but now I can't remember. I don't know. Anyways, so just make sure that you have enough coconut aminos, that it's like nice and coated. Oh, I remember who I was gonna send this to. Cool. And then next off, you're going to take some sesame oil, and this is about a teaspoon's worth. Add that in. It'll give it some nice depth of flavor. Hopefully you guys are having a good week, by the way. I was really excited about, I don't know, sharing this recipe, or I guess all these recipes with you guys. And I am grateful that I'm able to take not quite an off day, but a mostly off day on Wednesdays, which is a nice like midweek break. So I figured I'd make a midweek feast. That's hard to say. That's weirdly hard to say. Midweek feast. So that's really exciting. Let's see. Also, all right, and then we're gonna take about an inch of ginger. So I just like pull that off there, and we don't want the like skin on in this marinade that we're basically making. So you can go ahead and just use a knife, or you can use like an apple peeler, potato peeler, whatever you want to call it, to take off the skin. But we're gonna grate this into this mixture. Let's see. Trying to think of other people who might want to hop on to watch this test stream. Let's ask our friends Daniel and Vanessa too. All right, so looks good to me. I'm also really thankful that in this new home that we have, that I'm very grateful for in general, that we have a dishwasher. You know, it's probably not very like Asian of me to do this, but I really like using our dishwasher. It's real nice. So we're just gonna grate at a fine setting right into our little pot. And I would love to know how your weeks are going. Hope that everyone's staying safe out there, staying healthy, valuing their time with their loved ones. I know I am, for sure. So just adding that to this chicken. Combine it nice and well. Who wants to come over for food? Because we're gonna have a lot of food. Man, I hope that the music is drowning out the weird sloshing noise of this chicken. All right. And then last, we're gonna, I actually think I only need 1 clove, so I'm gonna put this one away. Just need a little bit of garlic, not a ton. I'm gonna peel that off. Now I'm gonna grate that, honestly, just on the same setting. Ooh, this garlic is like slippery. What I really need, even though I do actually, this is probably weird to say, but I really like to mince garlic generally. Sometimes I'm lazy just because I don't want to, not that I don't like mincing garlic, but I don't like doing the dishes. I don't like adding a cutting board to the mix of dishes if I don't have to. But I should probably just get a garlic press. That would probably be easier. It does the job. I'm also gonna send, I'm like thinking of people to send this to, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me while I just keep glancing over at my laptop. Who was I gonna send this to? Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. All right. Okay, so that is just going to sit in the fridge, or not that, this, oh, English. This is gonna sit in the fridge and just absorb all of the flavor that comes from the ginger and the, you know, everything else you put in there. So I'm gonna put a lid on this and throw this in the kitchen, or throw this in the fridge while we do everything else. So, 1 second. The next thing we have that we're preparing is just a little bit of salmon poke. I probably didn't need to add this to the mix, but I wanted to. So I just took some salmon, and sushi grade salmon, and cut it into 1-inch cubes, just like the chicken, and we're gonna be curing it basically. So we have lemon. I am gonna put some coconut aminos in there, some sesame oil, and I'm missing something. What am I thinking of? Salt and pepper, yes. I'm a weird person because I write lists to feel prepared. Behind me that I have all these little not note cards, but just little pieces of paper that have kind of just like the basic list of ingredients. I know what I'm doing in my mind, so I don't need to write the instructions, but then I don't look at them like in the moment. And the same way when I go to the grocery store, it's so bad. I'm sure Luke gets really annoyed. I will write grocery lists and then never look at the list and just be like, no, I did well because I at least looked at, or I at least created a list. So that's enough to get my mind thinking about whatever, right? Is that how that works? Okay, so I'm going to cure the salmon with this lemon. And I need a little mesh sieve so that way it catches the seeds. Oh, I guess I didn't explain what I was doing. I was kind of putting pressure on the lemon to make it easier to juice, but maybe I should have done it harder because this is still taking a little bit of elbow grease to get the juice out of this. I wonder if I should. Oh, sorry. Sorry, 1 second. There you go. No, that's not how to do. Okay. So I'm just using this little mesh doodaddy to catch all of the lemon seeds. And you'll see, don't freak out if you do this. You'll see that, oops, sorry. You'll see that the lemon will start to cure the fish that you use pretty quickly. It'll probably change before our eyes right now while I'm preparing everything else. But the lemon is really going to in a sense cook this fish. And there's a similar, the same method in a different dish that I've made multiple times, and I'll probably make it on my first official stream is my guess. Chicken kelaguen, or any kelaguen. Kelaguen is a cold meat dish, or protein dish, I should say, not necessarily meat. And you cure whatever protein you're making with lemon as well. And traditionally, you like wouldn't cook the like protein at all, and you would just use lemon. I think I'm gonna actually, that wasn't a lot of lemon juice. I'm gonna add one more lemon. It's so funny, like when you cook, you really do have to just use your powers of observation and the powers of your heart to determine if you need to add more or less of things. And that really just comes with time. For example, when you use the juice of a lemon, it could be not a lot of juice that's coming out of that lemon, like in this case, or it could be like a lot of juice, and one lemon is like the normal yieldings of 2 lemons. So you just kind of have to play things by ear sometimes, which is why it's been a good, but no less a challenge to create these recipes for you guys and post it on the blog and create videos as well, because nothing is a super hard and fast rule. I think like a lot of things in life, once you learn the fundamentals of cooking, you learn where you can kind of like ebb and flow, or not ebb and flow, that's the wrong terminology. You know where to improvise, I think is a better term. I wanted to say cut corners, but that's not correct either. Though sometimes it feels like you're cutting corners. So this, I don't know if you can see, but the salmon is starting to get a little like lighter pink, a little more white in it than just the like straight up raw. We're gonna add some white pepper. You can use black pepper as well for this. I don't think it matters that much for this specific dish. It's actually making this reminds me of my grandma, who just passed away recently. She would make poke, and she uses less ingredients than me, and it's really simple but so delicious, where she just uses salt, pepper, and lemon juice and doesn't add anything else. And so I just like add like 2 more ingredients in that just for my own, I don't know, my own personal spin on it. But this is like very inspired by her like making this for me and the rest of my family. So I put probably about like a teaspoon of salt, but it's kind of up to taste. But the salt and the lemon, they really just enhance the flavor. You can see the salt and the lemon interacting together. Can you tell? Like it's getting lighter and lighter. I wonder if I can. Well, maybe I can do it in a. Hold on. Let me. Look at that. It's like so much lighter than earlier. When this is no longer a live video and you can rewind, you should rewind it back like just a couple minutes or before you add the salt. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I really like making this because it's really simple. We're adding about like a teaspoon or so of coconut aminos. You can also use soy sauce in these recipes, guys. Like the only thing I would say about so I'm like sloshing juices and stuff everywhere. The only thing I'll say about subbing coconut aminos for soy sauce, which I do oftentimes, the only thing I would not discourage you from doing, but just to be mindful of it, is because it is from, like, coconut aminos comes from coconut, and coconut has naturally occurring sugar. It's definitely like, imagine soy sauce with like dissolved sugar into it. That's kind of what coconut aminos taste like. So if you are adding it to things, like maybe hold off on additional sugar you would put into a dish because it's already sweet. And also, if you're eating just straight up sushi, if you're like me and like to have it with soy sauce and wasabi, I have not found yet a way, an alternative for like that flavor, happiness party going on in my mouth when I try to just sub the soy sauce for coconut aminos. Because to me, this wasabi with that sweet flavor, throws me off a little bit. But challenge accepted. I will figure out. I'm continuing to try to figure out a good replacement for that. Anyways, I feel like I've like moved this around enough. So I'm gonna take. I'm really excited about this. What's it called? Hydroponic experiment I have of growing green onions myself. I'm just going to snip a bit of that and add green onions in. Try not to cut my fingers while I'm looking at other things. Okay. That looks good to me. So we'll just let this sit in the fridge as well. And this is me. It'll taste better the longer you let it sit, but it doesn't need to take a long time to sit in the fridge. If anyone's watching out there, also let me know how it's kind of loud now, how loud the music is. I'm trying to, make sure I'm not blowing out your eardrums. Oh no, I forgot to add the sesame oil. Hold on. Okay. Ta-da. That was my bad. That was me failing at multitasking. Okay, now it can sit in the fridge. All right, next, you're gonna make some sushi rice. I'm so excited. I'm gonna wash one of these spatulas. I tried to get more spatulas. Okay, so sushi rice is, you can make your own variation of this, but my version of sushi rice is rice that is baked with spicy mayo and seaweed and sesame seeds. And I would love, 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 love to do a version of this that is like grain-free, basically paleo. But right now I'm just gonna make it like unrelentless, or relentlessly soul foodie, I guess. So yeah, you're gonna take about a cup of mayo and add in pepper of choice, and I like garlic chili paste, and it really is like you just add as much as spice that you like. And I kind of like a lot of spice. So that's about, I don't know if that's quite a quarter cup, but maybe like 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. All right. This is, oh yeah, I do need this. Okay. I got confused at which one is, this is sesame oil and this is maple syrup, and I forgot for a second which was which. Okay, so the last thing I'm adding to my spicy mayo mixture is sesame oil. I'm sure with you guys sticking around, watching these videos, learning from how I cook, I use a lot of the same ingredients, and one of my favorite flavor enhancers and umami builders is sesame oil. I think it's great. Okay, so it's looking good. Honestly, this probably could use more, but that's all the chili paste I have. I did not think to get more, but that looks good to me. All right, so now we're gonna be essentially making like a cake, but it's rice. So I have here vinegar and maple syrup, and you could definitely substitute maple syrup for any sugar of choice, but for me, I feel like it's easier to use because I don't have to like dissolve the sugar into the vinegar. So this is a half a cup of vinegar to 3 tablespoons of like a sugar choice, which I chose maple syrup. So I'm just gonna mix that together. And all right. Okay, so first we are going to mix this liquid into the rice. And that is going to help the rice be nice and sticky and that like slightly sweet flavor that sushi rice has. And in the States, I would suggest using botan rice. I think that's a great sushi rice option. I would stray away from jasmine rice or long grain rice just because it won't be as like sticky of a consistency, which you don't want. So let's mix this in. I will say there was one time that I ran out of my maple syrup and the only other sugar option I had was honey. And it was like honey has such a distinct flavor and I love it, but it was kind of weird in like using it as a substitute. I think I probably shouldn't have added as much as I did, just because honey is so sweet. I mean, it's a sweetener, but it's so sweet and has like a distinct flavor, like I said, so a little goes a long way. So if you are playing around with different like liquid sugar options, I would say less honey, more maple syrup. Yeah, that would be my suggestion. All right, so this is looking pretty mixed up, which is great. And so we're going to take a springform pan, and you can do this anyway. You can put this in any baking dish, anything you want really. And honestly, the bake part of it is just getting the mayo on top to kind of brown a little bit. And so it's like this is not a complicated dish. So I cooked my rice and putting it at the base of this springform pan. And I think, yeah, did this last time. Yeah, I think I have enough. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 layers here. So you can do this as fancy or not as fancy as you want, but I'm gonna do kind of like a 2-tiered rice thing. So I'm just doing a little layer of spicy mayo. And a little goes a long way. You don't have to, this is not like the most insane, you're not using the technique you would use to do like crazy chocolate ganache on a red velvet cake. You don't have to go super crazy with the thickness of the spicy mayo. One time I made this and I definitely put too much mayo and it was kind of gross, honestly. I was like, I definitely overdid this. It just like, yeah, too much mayo. I don't know if you need more explanation than that. I think you can read between the lines and imagine for yourself how that would taste. All right, so I'm putting some seaweed flakes, and by flakes I mean I had only nori paper or sheets, and so I just cut them into little strips. And that'll work. It's really fun though, it's like very therapeutic. And then that looks good. And then I'm gonna dust it with some black sesame seeds. And you're just gonna do everything all over again. Oh, hi Papa! You're on here. I missed you adding that comment. I don't know if you just did that now or I just didn't see it. But I'm glad you're watching. Making a lot of comfort food, and I wish you were here to have some. Every time I make this dish, it reminds me of Mom. Though I do feel like I've seen a lot of people that I know, like mutual friends and whatever, on Facebook recently making sushi bakes a lot. I don't know if it's just like everyone is in the mood or everyone is being inspired by each other, but I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, so got this layer down, and you can add the rest of this mayo. And by the rest, I just mean enough. If I have too much mayo, I'm not gonna overdo it with the mayo because, first of all, not super healthy to do that. But then also, it just is not gonna taste good. The balance is gonna be off. Too much weird creamy stuff with the rice. This was just the perfect amount to do a 2-tier Sushi Rice Bake. It does look really pretty. Like, if you didn't know any better, this looks like a strawberry icing or something, but it's definitely not. It's definitely savory and not sweet. Hi, John. Aw, hi Val and Cade. I'm so glad you guys are watching my rando test stream. I'm making so much food and I miss you guys. I wish you could be here to eat this with us. I'm gonna try to get Luke to do a little taste test as long as I get this. I'm sure I'll be done in time for his stream. Part of the reason why I'm streaming, by the way, is I was very inspired by Luke getting into streaming and the community he was able to build. And I think that's just something that you can't completely facilitate without like doing something like a live element of content creation. Though I do enjoy obviously making edited videos and doing this really pretty content for you guys. It's just different than just, this is like my way of like bringing you into the kitchen in real time and just having conversations about whatever. So anyways, this is how it's gonna look. Then I'm just gonna stick this in the oven for probably about like 20 minutes or so. I'm just gonna do it for as long as it takes for us to prepare everything else and then call it good. Basically, you'll know it's done when the mayo starts to brown like just a little bit. And have it on like the center rack. I should probably do like a little camera for when I use the oven. That would be kind of fun. That'll be down the road. All right, so we're gonna do the salad while we're waiting for things to cure in the fridge and things to be baked in the oven. So I'm going to get that ready for you. All right. So we're gonna make our dressing first. So we need our onion. Actually, I'm just gonna describe all these things after I pull them all out. This is like, uses the most ingredients. But that's only because we are making our own dressing for this. Aw, yeah. Well, you guys just have to visit us. You haven't visited us since we moved into this house. Which, by the way, update on the house. We're going to be doing, I think individually, me and Luke on our different, whatever, platforms, whatever, are going to be doing a live stream touring our house. We were like, we're going to do it when we get a couch. And the couch, we ordered a sectional from like a overstock warehouse type thing. And they just sent us half the sectional this past weekend, and we're hoping that the chase part of it will come in this weekend. And if it does come in, then we'll do a tour stream, which will be really fun. But I promise I'm going to show you guys the house. All right. We're going to be using a really cool gadget that Luke got me for Christmas last year, and I love it. It's really fun to use. I'm not a huge kitchen gadget person for gadgets that only serve one purpose, which is why I feel like it's on principle that I don't have a garlic press, and it literally only does one thing. Granted, I use garlic for almost every meal, so I would use it most of the time, but still, it's something about it. But we are going to chop up an onion, but you can either, so I have this food chopper, but you can use a blender for this. I'm just gonna chop up this onion in small enough pieces that it doesn't overwhelm my little chopper. So let me do that. Use a small. We're also going to add a leaf to the kitchen island, and that will allow this space to be bigger, which would be great for you guys, so you don't see every square inch of the recording, this jam-packed with food. This is another case of I could just get a different knife, but I've already dirtied this knife. I don't want to dirty more. How are you guys' weeks going? Guam time being tomorrow morning, and stateside time being tonight. Right, so really I'm just not chopping this up into big sections because this guy will do the work for me. And then what I will do though, I think I'm just I'm scared to test the limits of this motor. I do grate my carrots into the mix because, I don't know, I feel like carrots are harder than onions, and if I get tired chopping carrots, I'm sure machines get tired chopping carrots. But if anyone else has this KitchenAid chopper, right? Is this KitchenAid? Yeah. If anyone has this, let me know if you've used carrots on this and if it was fine. I just don't want to learn by the hard way and by making a mistake, because I really like this and I don't want to get another one. Hi, Jamie. I don't even know. I think Luke is watching. I'm not sure. He is setting up for his own gaming stream in a little over an hour. So I'm trying to figure out a good time to do these cooking streams, because I'm totally fine to do it whenever. But if most people are working, typically getting off at 5, I don't want to go live before then, because that's not helpful for them. But Luke streams at 7, but I did hear that he might change his schedule to 8, but I don't know if that's really gonna happen or not. Oh, hi. Frostbite 4 is Luke for any, I think maybe only my dad would maybe not know that. Maybe Jamie too. But Luke, are you planning on moving your Wednesday streams to 8, or are you going to keep it at 7? Because that will also help me determine my timing on things. Yeah, 7. So, but part of the reason why I choose the recipes I do to make with you guys, though I'm sure I'll have some special ones down the road, I like to do only recipes that don't, sorry, hold on. I like to use recipes that don't require that much time, that much effort, that they're approachable, not like complicated, not like you're using weird, I don't know, techniques. And I do love it, cooking that way, but I know not everyone else does. And on a day-to-day basis, I don't like cooking that way. That takes too long. For like Thanksgiving and fancy meals, for sure. But for everything else, nah, I'll pass. All right, so I just added in about 3 tablespoons of miso. And I'm really excited to do a version of this salad, of this dressing in particular, that is soy-free. I might use tahini, so I'm kind of like brainstorming as we're doing this. Like I want to do a sushi bake, but maybe use cauliflower, or trying to think, maybe sweet potato, but maybe not. I have to think through how those flavors would all go together. Oh, switched accounts. He will do whatever. I don't know, Luke. Would you do whatever I need? I'm just joking. All right, so added miso. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sesame oil. Mom, I don't think I ever, or Papa, I guess, not Mom. Mom's not on here. I don't think I ever made this for you, but I do enjoy making this salad. Adding about like an 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. And in this, I do prefer white pepper over black pepper. I think black pepper is just a little too strong for this specific dressing. I'm adding some maple syrup, but not a lot. You can also use honey for this as well. And let's see, a neutral oil, and I'm using avocado oil for this. Jamie, how are you? It's been a while. Okay, last ingredient for sure. I don't know why this is still on here. I don't need, oh, you can't even see it. I don't need coconut onions for this for once. Using some rice vinegar. I did about a half a cup of neutral oil, in my case avocado oil, and then I did a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. All right. I'm gonna put this lid on here, and so there's like a blade in there, and then this cap dude interacts with the motor on this handheld blender, which is pretty cool. This is like as far as the cord will reach, and you just like press this button up here. Go away, like you can see it. There. Yeah. Magical. Also, learning new fun things you can do, like change that view real easily. That's cool. Okay, so pop up this, and you have a nice little dressing that we're gonna mix in with Napa cabbage. And let me get a bowl real quick. Making mass, hundreds of them. Need to go to Kelly's new house. Yeah, I need to. Luke has seen it quite a few times, but I have not. Okay, I'm gonna move this here for a second and do a little rearranging. Like my cool surfboard cutting board. Got half a Napa cabbage, whatever head here, and I'm just going to chop it into thin strips. Jamie, I don't know if I told you or if Kelly told you or anything, but I got a new job, which is exciting, and it allows me to have more flexibility to do streams like this. So I'm really looking forward to, like, on a regular schedule, like, interact with you guys and make food with you guys. And it's really fun. I'm using the iOS app program to make these videos, and I'm working for the company that makes the iOS app, which is pretty cool. It's called Switcher Studio. They're really awesome. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna move some of this into the bowl because I don't want it to all fall over on me, because I would do that to myself because I'm clumsy. Right, Luke? Speaking of being clumsy, I just remembered there's one time growing up that I don't even know what I was doing, but I was wearing socks and I slipped and, like, on my butt and, like, slid down the hall. But I don't know if you remember this, Papa. And my toe somehow broke the drywall. And I remember Papa, like, reacting. I mean, obviously he was, like, concerned for just, like, how I was feeling, but also was just, like, so in shock of how I could have done that, and also done that and not broken any bones. But I'm not the most graceful person in the world, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. It's really fun. I've been working there since, like, I started working there the week after we moved into this house, which is kind of nuts. But thanks to my in-laws for coming for the weekend that we got the house, and also other friends who've helped us, like, paint and just move everything in. It allowed us to settle into this new place quickly, which has been awesome. Which, Jamie, I'm really excited to show you the house, like, how it all looks. And even for Chad and Kelly to come back down after we have kind of settled into things more. But, alright. Looks good. Move this guy out of the way. I feel like I need one of those, like, squeegee scraper things to just swipe everything into the sink. Okay. So I'm gonna get some spoons to toss this. Alright, so probably should have got a taller bowl. That's okay. We're just going to pour this in there and fully incorporate it by tossing it with wooden spoons, apparently. I should probably get, like, actual salad, like, tossing utensils. But this works too. Oh, I just noticed that this stopped playing music. Wow, man, time flies when you're making 3 different dishes or 4 different dishes on stream. But after we toss this dressing into the Napa cabbage strips, we'll throw this back in the fridge to just let the mostly, like, the acid from the onion and the vinegar break down this cabbage a little bit, and then we'll fry up our chicken and call it a day. Let me get another spoon. Hold on. Okay. Ooh. Looks like this camera froze. Let's see. Give me 1 second while I fix this camera. Let me just try to troubleshoot this real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, sorry, black screen. My bad. Alright, so I don't know why that camera stopped working, but that's okay. We are gonna just view this view. That is totally fine. I wonder if it hopped off of... Hold on. That's like very interesting to me. Are we on the right Wi-Fi here? I should have like a screen that's like BRB real quick. But this is good. This is good that I am experiencing this now, so I know what to do for the future. Well, that's okay. You know what? We're fine. This is looking pretty good. Let's look at this one more time. And then if it doesn't work, no big deal. I don't know, guys, that camera is not working for whatever reason. But we're gonna keep moving on because I don't have the capacity to fix that right now, but I will look into that later. But this is looking really good. But the onion, oh my gosh, hold on. That like minced onion in this is like making my eyes die on the inside. Oh my gosh. That normally does not affect me. I'm surprised it's affecting me right now. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna let this sit in the fridge. Alright, so we are going to go into the final stretch of this. We're like on a marathon. Like I feel like this is a quick cooking marathon where, you know, you assume with like holiday cooking you're going to like take the whole day. But I feel like this is a lot of content. And we're doing a lot of dishes in an hour. So our prepped karaage has been just sitting in the fridge this whole time. And I need oh, scared me. I need tongs, and these are the ones I can find, so this will work. And I am adding, I don't know how well you can see this, but I have some arrowroot starch in the base of this bowl, and I'm using probably about 2 cups, but you really can just add as much as you need. That will allow the arrowroot, oh sorry, not arrowroot, tapioca starch to fully coat the chicken. So if you find that it's getting kind of sloshy and it's not looking like powdery anymore, I'll show you what I mean. You can add more starch. The cool thing about this technique is you don't have to like do an egg wash, which is really nice. Just like one less step. I'm gonna use just a spoon to toss this. I wonder if I can. If I go like really close. No, it's kind of hard to see. That's okay. I was gonna use the camera off of my laptop to do this, but that's all right. I think is everything on the right Wi-Fi network? Yeah, it is. I might have to restart my router after this. I wonder if it's just like overloaded or something. But the surprising thing is, I don't know why this is not working. Okay. So you want to make sure that it's like nice and powdery. You almost want it to look like you're dredging like powdered sugar on stuff. Like I said, we are not making desserts today, even though all these techniques can be kind of desserty. But we're doing it with savory ingredients instead. I'll probably actually have to add a little bit of starch. Hold on guys, I'm gonna try this one more time. Share screen. Oh shoot. Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if we can do anything right now, Jamie. Like, if he tests anything, it'll probably have to be after the stream. I don't know. Well, actually, I guess if the internet went out for like a second, it would be fine. But I'm not sure why it's doing what it's doing. Jamie, I love that you've been observing me just like troubleshooting and also cooking at the same time. Okay, yeah, so this is what it looks like. Here, let me angle this camera down real quick. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's maybe needing a little bit more starch. Like, if I can flip some of this meat over. Like, it really should look like this like white, dusty, sorry, I'm like not aiming this correctly. It's not like this guy is what everything should look like. So I'm gonna get some air starch and shake it in. One second while I get more starch. Luke fell asleep during my stream. That's funny. Okay, I'm just shaking more tapioca starch in. That's why I don't like to give like I feel like when you're dredging or when you're like coating things to fry, it's not necessarily a specific measurement, because like if the chicken absorbs the starch too much, that means that you need to add more. I made this like never again. I made this dish for a friend and didn't add more tapioca starch because I normally add too much. I'm like totally the person who puts like way too much dipping sauce in like as her own or as my portion to dip stuff in, or I don't know, I just like have a surplus of things when it comes to food. And then like afterwards I'm like, oh, I could have like I didn't even eat half of that, or I didn't use half of that. And normally when I make karaage, I only use, I put too much starch in. And so I thought I was like, oh yeah, like I was overcompensating before and now this is probably right. But really was undercompensated. So I guess with cooking, more is more better. Sometimes, I guess. I don't know. You just have to like use your judgment. And that was definitely a time where I like went into autopilot. And you should never do that when you're cooking. It's kind of like, you know, way woo way, think without thinking. I feel like that's how I cook. Okay. So that's looking good. I'll show you how this is going up there. Yeah. Yeah, so that looks good. So I did not preheat this, so hopefully this won't take too long. I need a pan, I need some oil, or let me get some oil. All right, so the pan with like about a ½ inch deep with oil, and I'm just gonna heat up that oil. You don't need it to be a lot. You just need enough to like coat the pan basically. I wish that I had my, do I have my Slack turned on anymore? I don't. I'm gonna ask my switcher friends after this stream because I don't know how to restart this camera, I don't think. I'm gonna do some troubleshooting while I'm waiting for this oil to heat. But in the meantime, how is everyone's week going? I would love to know. Besides, I know Jamie answered that question. Or what are your weekend plans? I would love to know what you guys are doing this weekend. Luke and I don't have plans. Well, we're actually visiting a friend tomorrow, who he just got a job at Switcher, and I had referred him, and we're really excited for him and his family. It's going to be a game changer for them. But besides that, we don't really have anything until next Wednesday. We're doing like a launch party for a digital conference that Luke is helping with get kicked off. Alright. So I'm wondering if I should restart this iPad. I feel like short of, I don't even know if I'm turning this off. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I want to. Short of, no, stop. Short of restarting the router, which I just feel nervous doing about right now. This is all I can do. Right. It's fine. At least we're like at the end. I'm glad that that camera was still working in the beginning. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and fry these bad boys. Hopefully, might have to turn the fan on, we'll see. Hopefully the smoke detector won't turn on during this. You have a craft show? That's cool. How many of those do you have these days, Jamie? With everything that's, you know, if anyone's been aware of 2020 in general. I have this like cool crisper tray that I'm not using to crisp anything right now, but the one thing I will say about frying with this style is, especially with tapioca starch or potato starch or any like of these like very fine starches, you want to make sure that you don't have the pieces of, ooh, it's kind of hot actually. You want to make sure you don't have the pieces of chicken really touch each other more than needed, or else the heat will kind of make the breading between them like kind of gummy, and no one wants gummy fried chicken. I need I'm gonna use this. Just feel like that mini tong is gonna like burn me. Yeah, this oil is kind of hot. Hopefully I don't burn on the screen. We're turning the fan on because we don't have a ceiling fan in this room yet. So hopefully next week, let me know if it's too loud. This is the only one they'll have. Yeah, I hope it goes well. I'm excited that you're able to have something. Oh. Oh gosh, this like oil is like splashing on me. I need like one of those splash guard things. Can you guys hear me okay above the fan? Hopefully in the next couple weeks, Luke and I are going to be installing a ceiling fan. We have like an open concept living room and kitchen. So in the living room area, we want to put a fan in so that way it can circulate this air too. And I won't have to turn that on when I'm cooking over here. This is going to go pretty quickly, I think. For those of you guys who, okay, thanks for letting me know, Luke. That was like making me feel like sad. I'm like, I'm hopefully not making things too loud by turning a fan on, but it definitely will be too loud if our smoke detector goes off. But for those of you guys who have practiced frying things, sorry, I totally had a mental like brain fart. For those of you guys who have practiced frying things, do you tend to see that your first batch of anything is like not great, or is that just me? Oh, why does this keep happening? Okay, so I really love this burner. It's so cute and so functional, but it's very finicky. You have to be very slow when you lower heat, or else it'll just like turn off. It's a gas, it's like a butane grill or burner, so you just have to be like careful with it. That part's kind of annoying, but for the most part, I love this tabletop burner. Wait, I missed it. What chair? Is it a gaming chair, or what is this? Tell me about this chair, guys. Okay. Let's taste test this guy. Mmm. That's true. I do like cast iron for frying. But I tested it with this pan, and I actually think that it turns out pretty well. To me, it's just like I always either make the oil too hot at first or not hot enough. And that's probably because I don't have a thermometer, a food thermometer. So I just kind of play everything by ear. Emily, hi! Oh my gosh. Girl, I am making essentially this, I think exactly maybe the same meal that I did for you and Boo. I have, you have to rewind it to previous, or I guess when this live video is done, you have to rewind it because I started with some sushi rice. And so I have that going in the oven right now. I'm like looking at the wrong camera. I meant to be looking here. My bad. Keep snacking. So good. Sushi rice. Yeah, I'm making karaage, sushi rice. I'm making salmon poke, which I didn't have with you last time. I'm really excited about that. And that like Asian slaw that I made for you guys. Just hoping that this butane tank doesn't run out on me, but I think it'll be fine. There was a lot when I started. Oh, a gaming chair. That's cool. Yeah. You guys will have to like make sushi rice a staple. And it's perfect because you can make a huge batch and then just like eat it throughout the week. Emily, how was your day today? It was nice talking to you for a little bit in the morning, or I guess early afternoon since our meeting was a little bit later than normal. I feel like I don't need to have this vent fan on. I think we're fine without it, but I guess better safe than sorry. Eating it throughout the week. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, can Chuck get Luke a cool gaming chair? That would be awesome. I feel like I'm just gonna eat this first batch because it's like way too dark. It should not be this dark. So I'm doing you a favor. I feel like I'm typically good at talking while doing things, but whenever I'm like I'm deep frying anything, I get nervous. I'm like, focus. Oh no, the wrong Kroger. Were you able to like take it back? It was too dark because I had the oil way too hot and I didn't realize it. I was saying that I really love this burner generally. Like once you have it at the right temperature, it's perfect. I mean, it's a gas stovetop, but it's like very finicky. Not finicky, but it's just sensitive. If you like start to turn it lower or higher, it gets really hot. So you just have to be really careful. So I just like overdid it. for the first batch. So now I'm just eating crispier karaage. That's okay. Did you have like a really long Kroger list? That's what I want to know. Guys, this is so dangerous. The reason why I don't like make karaage that often is it's like they're small, they're so easy to eat. Even the ones that are like not perfect. It's too good. So now the oil is perfect. It's at the exact perfect temperature for this. It should just be like a light golden brown. Oh no, Emily, that's sad. But at least you got pizza. I wonder how often that happens at like Kroger or any grocery store that does something like that. That has like a order online and pickup thing. You guys also missed it. Or maybe just Emily just missed it. This camera stopped working for some reason. So I keep like every once in a while trying to troubleshoot it. At this point, it's all good. Whatever. We can stick with these angles that we have right now. How was my day? It was really good. Yeah, I spent the morning doing that meeting mostly, and then just answering some emails. And then today, I do work like in the evenings for Switcher, but it's like kind of my off day. I technically only have like one off day a week, but that was like my own decision based off of like how I wanted to do my schedule. But besides that, it was just like chilling, watching, just like binge watching shows, kind of slowly preparing for this, but also just like relaxing. So it's nice because I feel like I have, like I worked a little bit on Saturday too, so I feel like Sunday and Wednesday are like my like midweek breaks. I like it. I feel like it works for me. So yeah. Also, I should have worn my hair up because I was not thinking about how warm this is. And it'd be nice to get that fan. Okay, last bad batch. I don't know why I made this much. I should have just made a small batch of this, but it's okay. Guys, I love food. Food is too good. Guys, it's been live for an hour and 20 minutes. It's crazy. Emily, do you have plans this weekend? We were talking about that earlier. Jamie's got a cool craft show coming up. Jamie, my friend Emily, is also a great crafter as well. She's been getting into crochet, and she's really good. Hold on, I'm gonna put this batch in and show you something she made for our house. Look how cute this is. I asked her to make pineapple pot holder, and she like way over delivered with like, even look at these little, it's just so cute. And then she gave me like some other pot holders that kind of match the same color scheme. But I love them, they're so cute, so adorable. Camping, that's fun. Are you using your your leggings that you guys both got, right? For the like really thin, all weather, whatever. 'Cause that'd be cool. Guys, I always get impatient when I am frying things. I'm always like, this should be just all one big batch, but that's not a good idea. Because for anyone that has tried frying things, you mess with the temperature of everything when you keep adding like new elements that cool down the oil or whatever. But that's okay. It just builds character, right? It's dual purpose for fried chicken. It's really good to eat. As in delicious, not necessarily good for you, but delicious. And it builds character. What more can you ask for in food? Yeah, Jamie, if you're still on chat, it's hard to know who's on chat or not, but if you're still on chat, let us know what you make. She makes a lot of things. A lot of things. She made the mask that me and Luke wear. That's been like her biggest project right now, is like making hundreds of masks. And I think that's what she's doing tonight, right? If I read that correctly, or that's what she's been doing this week at least. Yeah, oh yeah, my dad, I don't know if is he still here? You are still here. Hi, Papa. Popping it. Wait, I don't know what tabeo. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Educate me, Papa. Papa, Emily, who's in chat, her husband is the one who made my desk and the shelving back there. Part of the reason why I love cooking is because my dad is also an amazing cook, and my mom too. But like, yeah, they both are just great, and it's fun all cooking together. I feel like I got into cooking more, or I don't know, I just got into the practice of cooking more once I started watching the boys, watching my brothers, like babysitting them during the summers, because Rio mainly, because Jacob was probably still pretty young at this time. Rio would say, like, he'd wake up at like 11 and be like, what's for breakfast? And I'd make him a meal, and then like 2 hours later he'd be like, what's for lunch? I'm like, you woke up at 11. What are you talking about? But then I'd make him like another meal for lunch. Yes, Jamie makes all the things. I have some fingerless mittens and mittens from her mask. I think that's all I have from you. But she makes awesome stuff. And yeah, like recycles materials is really cool. So like everything's like unique because she gets these cool pieces and repurposes them. Yes, Jamie is definitely doing her part to make sure people stay safe. I'm really glad I wore a tank top because it's real warm now. I should have wore shorts. It's like officially fall on this side of the world, Papa, and it's getting cooler. So I've been wearing like, you know, cooler weather things, more transitional pieces, but today I should have worn some shorts because it's real hot right now. Okay guys, we are almost done, I promise. Doing it for people, gave away 2K in March, April, May, when I give people Jamie, is the new style the one with the metal bar? I can't remember. Because that's the one that we have. And it's fun. The ones that she's made, like, it's one style on one side and then another one on the other side. So for me, it's just like one side is navy blue and the other side is white. But on Luke's, it's one side is just black and then the other is like a cool gray and white geometric pattern, which is really fun. It's kind of like pick your style. It's pretty brilliant. I will look at comments when I'm not focusing and not getting burned by this oil. Guys, I'm at the point where I'm like, I want to be done frying these things. Oh, it's already 6:43. Luke, am I gonna have to bring you food like after you start your stream? I thought I would be done by now. I'm almost done. Like once I finish this chicken, I can make you a plate. And you can get started if you want. Up to you. Okay. Oh, you have a newer style than that? Can you explain it? That's exciting. Oh, cups away. Okay, I see. That's cool. I would really love that. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's really fun, and I'm excited to do these more regularly, so hopefully we'll see you on future streams. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Jamie. Shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Luke will at some point trim down his beard, but you know he's never going to shave his beard. That's never going to happen. It's like part of his, like, personal brand now. You ordered a pizza, don't worry. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Thanks for hanging out on this test stream, guys. There was like just me and my dad, my papa at the beginning, and our friend John Conable. And I wasn't sure if anyone else would get the memo, which is totally fine. Like, this is still pretty informal right now. I mean, it'll still, the only thing that'll be different is I'll have like an official schedule, and everything else will pretty much be the same, except for hopefully, you know, all the cameras working. I'm a little bit bummed that the top-down view is not working for this like frying part, but that's okay. All right, after this, we have one more batch, and then we'll be good to go. Whew. All I know is it's really hot in here, guys. Ugh. I need like I need like YouTube commands, and you guys put like exclamation point fan or something, and Luke has to come and like with a really intricate fan me down. That would be awesome. I would love that. I would do it for you, Luke, if you asked me to do it. Woo. Making more room on this crisper plate. Go ahead and turn the heat up like the slightest bit. I don't want to overdo it. Okay, Pat, enjoy your pizza. Thanks for hopping on here, Emily. I will see you soon. And yeah, enjoy like fast forwarding, rewinding, whatever through this video once we're done being live, and you can eat as much. I give you all the permission, not that you need my permission, to eat all the sushi rice that you want ever. right, this batch is looking good. For time's sake, I'm probably not gonna do this last batch actually. I'll do it on my own time. Just cause I don't want you guys to be just hanging out here while I'm not really doing anything. This is a good test. So I want to know like how big a batches I should make when I'm essentially just making food for me and Luke, so I guess I don't really have to do more quantity of food than that, right? I would assume. Love you, girl. Bye. Oh, I'm like getting stuff splashed in my face. Okay. This looks good. Alright. Let me just move this guy. So much quieter now. And I'm gonna start this music over. Oops. Cool. All right, we are in the final stretch. You guys look at how good this looks. Wait, this way. All right, I'm just gonna add some finishing salt to it. It doesn't need a lot. It's already been soaking in, you know, the coconut aminos, which has salty flavor in it. We're just gonna add just a little bit. Okay, cool. So let's pull out all the things that we've made tonight. Including, we got sushi rice. Man, I really wish, hold on, I'm gonna try to test this camera one more time. Okay, maybe it'll work this time, who knows? But maybe not, and if not, that's okay. Guys, look at how good this looks. Okay, look at that. Oh, it looks so good. You want it to be like that nice golden brown. And we've got chicken over here. So good. Okay, guys, it's really hot. All right, and then got our two other dishes. Oh my gosh, there's like not enough room for all this food. Guys, we just made like 4 different dishes in an hour and a half. That's pretty impressive. Whew. Okay. This all looks really good. I'm gonna put a plate together and show you guys the final product. Let me get a plate somewhere. All right. I guess first let me pop off this spring form without burning myself. Ooh, hot. That was still really hot. Okay, never mind. Not gonna pop with the spring form. We'll leave it. That's okay. Okay. So we're going to, let's see if I can let me try to move some of this out of the way. Cool. Okay. So first, check out this. Oh, the sushi rice looks so good. I just like how the like mayo, like when it reacts to the heat, it just like crisps up in a really cool way. So some of that. We're gonna kind of plate it, but not really. Okay. And then let me get another. Sorry, one second. Okay. And then move this. Need room for everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just use this spoon. Putting some of the slaw in here. And then, yeah, that'll work. And then some karaage. And some poke, which is gonna be out of frame, but no worries. Look at this crazy fiesta plate. Japanese style though. All right. We're gonna switch this view. Luke, do you want me to make you a plate? Or are you busy? Probably can't hear me. Oh, starting stream soon. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a taste test on my own then. Let me get some chopsticks. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but everything's a learning process. I need to zoom on this. So, oh, maybe, let's go here. So, here's my delicious food, and we're just gonna eat a little bit for you guys. All right, oh my gosh, hold on, hold the phone. This is so good. Guys, who wants to come over and eat some food with me? Sushi rice, amazing. It really makes a difference. I know not everyone does it, but it makes a difference when you add the vinegar and sugar, whatever you want, maple syrup in my case. When you add that to the rice, it just really pairs well with the spicy mayo in like the best way. Some poke, which you can see is like pretty cooked through. It's kind of crazy. And it's so tart and delicious. And lastly, look at the karaage. This is like the perfect, the golden brown is what you want. And it's like chicken nuggets, but like a million times better. My favorite way to make fried chicken. We had friends over and they made the comment that like it tastes a lot lighter than like your traditional fried chicken, where like the breading is very crispy and light and not like so heavy around it. Granted, I like me some just like classic American style fried chicken, but karaage is my go-to and I love it. This is so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you soon. I appreciate anyone who has come on this test stream. If you want to see more of my recipes that they're not necessarily this like soul foody. They're more they're inspired by these dishes, but they just are grain-free, soy-free, nut-free, refined sugar-free, all those things for the purpose of like we want to enjoy good food, but be able to do them with people who maybe can't eat the same, you know, they have dietary restrictions, or just like making small like lighter choices that help you enjoy food but a little bit healthier. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. You can find me at tanotasi.com, and you'll find the links to all of the I wonder if I should like I can't do it that way. You'll find all of my social media like outlets and my YouTube as well. So you can go to any of those individual pages, or like I said, you can go to tanatasi.com and you can find links to all of my places where you can connect with me. I am so glad that you guys hung out with me today, and I will see you next time. Until then, ta for mucho.